Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It depends on where you are. Welcome to my YouTube channel with your host, Mrs. Anita Ekow Quarshie. If today is your first time in watching me, please do me a great favor and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell so that anytime I upload any videos, you can have it as well. If you are already my subscriber, thank you so much for the love and the support. Guys, I'm so excited for today's program. Okay, so I hope the last talk show we had about whether a marriage is a covenant or a contract, I hope you guys learned a lot from it. As I said, if there is any opinion whatsoever, don't hesitate to just put it in the comment section so I can read it and know if there is something I forgot to say. Just let me know as well. Okay, and I hope you guys enjoy the talk show about marriage, if marriage is a covenant or a contract. So today we're gonna talk about abuse. Okay, we're going to talk about abuse in marriage, abuse in relationship. That is what we're going to talk about today. So let us first define the meaning of abuse. Guys, I did a whole lot of research, okay, regarding this topic because it's a really huge topic. We seem to look at it like a very little thing, but it's very huge. I had my own inquiries about it, and I also did a whole lot of research. As you can see, I have my my book here that I did a whole lot of research. That is how I work, okay? I do a whole lot of research as well, to get more knowledge about what I'm about to talk, what I'm going to talk about. So, what is abuse? To my opinion, I hope it's the same to others. So, abuse is a trait with, violence or cruelty, especially that is, mostly repeated. So that is the meaning of abuse. Cruelty, violence, that is abuse, okay? And when you talk about abuse, we have a whole sort of, a whole types of abuse, different types of abuse, okay? We have the physical abuse, we have the emotional abuse, we have the verbal abuse, we even have spiritual abuse, okay? We have financial abuse as well. But today's topic, we're going to mainly base on physical, emotional, and verbal abuse. All right. As we go on and talk about it, I believe the other type of abuse will probably pop in as well regarding what we're going to talk about, what we're going to say. All right. So let's just try to take it step by step. As I always say, we just take everything step by step. So we've already explained the meaning of abuse. So a trait with cruelty, violence that is repeated all of the time. Okay, and that is something that is regular, that the person always do it. Okay, that is the meaning of abuse. So, and we've also talked about the kinds of abuse. As I said, physical, emotional, verbal, financial abuse, mental abuse as well. So when we say emotional abuse, what is that? What is emotional abuse? Okay, emotional abuse is exposing someone to a behavior that may result in an emotional trauma. Okay, that is the meaning of emotional abuse. Exposing someone to a typical behavior that extends, all right, to an emotional trauma. And when you talk about emotional abuse, you automatically get verbal abuse. So mostly verbal and emotional abuse kind of, they kind of come together, all right? When these things are happening, they kind of come together, okay? And what is verbal abuse? Verbal abuse is when someone, overpower you or manipulates you with words, they're kind of to degrade you, all right, with critics, with insults, with some kind of things that will make you feel like you're worthless. All right, that is verbal abuse. Physical abuse is, of course, with a physical domain, being beaten, or yeah, being beaten. That is mostly physical abuse. All right, so that is these main three things are what we're going to talk about today, because I've noticed it comes a lot in our general life, in marriages as well. And when I'm talking in relationships as well, but when I'm talking about marriage, people are dying from such things. People are going through trauma. People are going through a whole lot of pains with things like that. And they can't even talk about it. They can't come out as well. Okay. If you're lucky to come out, then you just have to thank God. All right. If you're lucky to come out from such things, then you just have to thank God. And that is the reason why I really want us to talk about it. So, as I said, there are a lot of marriages. The last time when I was talking about whether marriage is a covenant or a contract, as I said, it's a covenant. So there are a lot of things you have to you have to try to fix and all those kind of things. All right. So let's just imagine you are in a marriage that you've been abused physically, or you've been abused emotionally, or you've been abused verbally. Okay, what are you gonna do? What are some of the things that can happen that would kind of put your mind on, for you to know that, oh, you know what, this thing this person is doing to me, this person is physically abusing me, or this person is verbally abusing me, or this person is emotionally abusing me. What are the things that you can see from, that will pop out for you to know that you are in a verbal abusive relationship, or emotional abusive relationship, or a physical abusive relationship? Well, some of the things when you come to the verbal is mostly being insulted, being criticized by your partner. All right, being insulted by your partner, being degraded by your partner. All right, it's like you get controlled through being insulted by words that can really hurt you, or by mean words that sometimes when you think about it, it's like you just wanna die or something. All right, and most of the time verbal abuse comes with emotional abuse. Okay, verbal abuse comes with emotional abuse, and it can cause a whole lot of emotional harm. All right, verbal abuse can cause a whole lot of emotional harm that can lead to a long lasting effect, all right, on your mentally and physically, health wise as well. Okay, that is what verbal and emotional abuse can cause. It can cause a long time effect on you, physically and mentally, health wise as well. All right, you're gonna, when you are in such situation, you get depressed, you get pains. It's something that can haunt you forever. It's like for the rest of your life. Okay, you become a victim to it. So if you are in a marriage and you notice your partner is like that, please try to seek help. It is not a good thing. It is not good to be in such relationship or such thing in your marriage. It is not good at all. Try to seek help. All right, because as I said, people are dying from such things. Okay, and most of us, we the Africans, we mostly say, oh enyeshi, oh boom enyeshi, what it's name, saying, just be still be in the relationship, or he's gonna change, or he's gonna do this, or he's gonna stop. No, you need to seek help. All right, because the person doing that needs help. So if you still want to be in such relationship, you yourself have to seek help, because when you end up, let me put it in, let me first drop the physical abuse aspect, but let me get to the emotional and verbal. When you are in such abusive relationship or abusive marriage, it is hard for people to notice what you are going through. Okay, with physical abuse, I am not saying physical abuse is better, it is no good. But with the physical abuse, at least there will be some marks when you get beaten, that is going to show, that will easily alert people, bring people's attention to you, like, oh, there is something wrong with this lady. Okay, and it mostly happens to the ladies. I'm sorry, man, I'm not saying it doesn't happen to you, but this mostly happens, this kind of, all this abuse, all right, mostly happens to ladies. Okay, the women, they suffer it most. Okay, so, but the men as well, but it's mostly on the women. It's easy. Let's say you are with a man, that is abusive, and you guys are outside, and a person starts to beat you abusively, physically. It's easy for somebody to, to jump in and rescue you, and even try to beat up the person who is trying to abuse you. So you mostly get help with that. But when it comes to verbal and emotional abuse, you don't, because nobody knows what you're passing through. Nobody knows the pains you are enduring. Nobody knows the stress, the depression, the anxiety that you're having. And there are some, I try to do a whole lot of inquiries to know the effects of you being verbally and emotionally abused, what you go through. Okay, I try to list down some things through my own knowledge, and also through some inquiries I did. Okay, so I'm gonna let them all out, and we'll get to the next step. So one, verbal and emotional abuse can have, it can damage your self-esteem. When I say self-esteem, what do I mean? That your partner always verbally abuse you, it will get to a point you feel like you are nothing, you are not worth it. It's like you're such a stupid person, of which you're not supposed to feel that way. It's so wrong. Okay, so that is how it can get. It can bring your self-esteem down. That is number one. It can totally damage it. Number two, friends and family can't even understand what you're going through. Okay, they cannot understand the harm that has, all these things has caused you. As I said, when it's physical abuse, it's easy for somebody to see, it's easy for somebody to jump in. Okay, but when it comes to verbal emotional abuse, it's so difficult. It is so difficult. I'm trying to explain everything, then I will bring it up in marriages. Okay, then we'll see how it will go. It's very difficult. So that is another aspect, things that is not good about, being in such abusive marriage, this kind of abusive marriage. Number three, it can lead to eating disorder. What am I saying about eating disorder? When I sat down, when I was kind of reading it and trying to know some inquiries, I was like, eating disorder, how can something like that, leads you to eating disorder? But it is. Because the moment you get stressed, the moment you get sad, you feel lonely, okay? And if you are somebody, that already you are somebody that can't even eat very good, you get depressed, you get so lonely, you will lose your appetite most of the time by eating, because of the sadness and the depression that you have all within you. Okay, and sometimes too, eating disorder is not only by you not eating, but you also trying to eat the more. You can get depressed and start eating. Okay, it's like that is the only thing that makes you happy. So it's also another thing of another eating disorder. So is it that you are eating less or you are eating more, to lose yourself? When it comes to eating more, you're gonna lose yourself, gain weight, you don't take care of yourself. it can get to all that. Okay, another point is it can force you toward substance abuse. And when I say it can force you toward substance abuse, I'm talking about alcohol. You can become an alcoholic because of that. Because you will think, you will be depressed about all the things you are going through. Every pleasant time you'll be thinking, like, why is this person doing this to me? Why am I not worth it? Am I not a woman enough? Or am I not a man enough? For the men who sometimes get abused by women, you just be sitting down thinking about all these things. Like, why is this person always degrading me? Why is he or she always insulting me? My intelligence is, it's like you get to a point, it's as if if you were a graduate, it's like you never even went to school. Do you get it? You will be like a foolish person if care is not taken and God doesn't come. You become alcoholic because sometimes you just want to drink and just forget about what you are going through. And if care is not taken, you will keep on doing it and you start, you will become addicted to it. Okay, some people get addicted not only by alcohol, by smoking as well, by doing all sorts of things that normally they will not do. And it's all because of all this abuse they are taking inside. Okay, another point is it can cause migraine and severe headache. Why am I saying migraine and severe headache? Because you're going to be stressed out each and every day. You're going to be crying. You're going to be thinking, overthinking. And all these things are not good for your brain. All right? They are not good for your brain. So you will start having sicknesses that normally you don't have. You start to have migraine, all because of what you are going through. Okay? You start to have severe headache. It will become a chronic thing that is going to be, anytime, even if little thing, happens, your head will just start popping, all because you're taking all this type of abuse in you. All right, so it is not good. I'm giving you points that when you think you are in these categories of what I'm saying, you need help. All right, and another point is pain is pain. So it doesn't matter if you're being physical abuse, it is not good. Verbally abuse, it is not good. Emotional abuse, it is not good. It can cause damage mentally as well, mentally for the rest of your life. Okay, it can cause damage. All right, and if care is not even taken, you yourself, you being the victim, you might end up being an abuser. You would think it's normal. So let's say you are in a marriage and all these things are happening, and by the grace of God you were able to come out, okay, but you didn't heal very fast, okay, or you didn't get through it, and you end up being with another partner. If care is not taken, you would think all those things you were being put through are so normal that you start to do it to your next partner. You yourself that was a victim, now you become an abuser. You become an abusive person because everything has become normal, and you wouldn't care about people's feelings either anymore. Okay, you wouldn't care about their feelings anymore. So it's really really not good. It's not good at all to be in a marriage that you are going through such abusive things. It's not good. Emotional abuse, it's those people who emotionally abuse you. It's like they want to control you, keep others under their control. That is why they do that, so they can be able to control you, okay, by blaming you for everything, by disgracing you for everything, calling you all sorts of names, making you feel worthless, and the worst thing is people like that, they even refuse to take their responsibility in any difficult things regarding their marriage. They refuse. In a relationship as well, they refuse to take responsibilities in any difficulty. They will start putting every blame on you. They will start disgracing you for everything that goes on. Everything that goes on. And they will start blaming you for everything, of which They are the ones rather, making the two of you go through what you're going through. Okay, so it is no good. So if you're in a marriage and you notice your partner is like that, it is not only is it not good for you, it is not good for, if you have kids, it is not good for those kids, because these kids need happiness in their home. They need peace in their home. Whenever that home it's is you know how do I what word can I use for it? It's like there is always a quarrel in that house. There is always problem. There is no joy. There is no happiness. It affects the kids as well. If care is not taken, if you've been in an abusive relationship or marriage before, you understand what I'm trying to say. Your kids will end up having problems. Even their school teachers can tell you, like they will go to school and they can't even concentrate anymore. They can't study anymore, and you end up being called by the school, and they will be asking you what is going on. Is everything okay at home? you know Sometimes when all these things are happening, the parents, we forget about these children. We become so selfish that we forget about the needs of our kids, the innocent ones, that they are the ones even suffering the most. Do you get it? Because there is no happiness at home, there is no joy at home. When they go to school, it affects them over there. They can't concentrate. They become something else. They start to have this anger issue in them. They will be lonely, and if they are grown up, if care is not taken, whoever who gets close to them, they will try to beat the person out of anger. It's not like that is how they are, but it's because of out of anger, because there is no happiness, there is no joy, there is no peace around them. Okay, so it affects them. So if you are in such marriage, please, husbands, let us make sure when wife that our home is at peace for the sake of our children. Okay, for the sake of our children. As I said in our last talk show, if there is something going on, try to fix it. Try to fix it. Okay, for the sake of your children, try to fix it. I am not saying stay in an abusive relationship that can kill you. As I said in our last talk show, if you notice that what you are going through can endanger yourself and your children, then you have every right to come out. Okay, you have every right to come out. But when you can fix it, do it. Pray. Okay, find there are solution for it. I came to a conclusion, and I noticed that whenever things like this are happening, we have just two things that we think about. Okay, just two. One is either stay and suffer. Okay, stay and suffer, as in endure whatever that happens or that comes. Stay and suffer, or file for divorce. It's either these two that comes in. Whether you're staying to suffer or you file for divorce and you will think you're free and you go. Okay, it's always these two things. But please, don't get mad at me. Before you think about both decisions, try to seek help. Try for both of you to seek help. When I say help, from a professional counselor, from a family, okay, somebody you trust, somebody that are good, that are good to understand where you are coming from, to understand your situation. People who are trained to understand such things, even if they are not trained. But if they are even your pastor, your mother, your father, a friend, a very good person that you can trust, that that they understand the meaning of abuse, the meaning of abuse, of power, of control. They can understand the dynamic of that situation, of the scenario of such things. Try to seek help from these people. Talk. If it's a therapist that you have to go, don't go together. let both of you go your separate ways, because they have to listen to the man's side as well as the lady's side, separately, so they can come out with, they can both know exactly what is going on, what is wrong. All right, then before they can join the two of you together and try to fix things. If those things are not working, pray as well. As you take these steps, pray to God. Okay, pray to God as well. Commit it in the hands of God. Cry to God about your marriage. Okay, that this is what is happening. Let God intervene in such a situation. Pray. All right. Try all these things until you notice that maybe it's really not going well. Maybe the person is just really not ready to change. Okay? Then for your children's sake, you leave. Don't leave to go and, maybe you just leave and you go and be with another person. Try to just stay on your own. Just, focus on your children for some time and continue to pray. If it's the will of God for the two of you to come back together again, fine, beautiful home. Because the children need both mother and father in a way. Okay, beautiful. But if it's not like that too, just try to focus on your life, on the life of the kids. And please, when it gets to that side, try your best possible that you will not stop your children. Thus, I'm talking to the ladies, okay, the women. You won't stop your children from seeing their fathers because of the situation. Because no matter what, whether you're living your separate lives, those kids need the father and the mother to grow up. They need both of them in their lives. There are things we women we can do, but it's not everything. Okay? There are some men who are abusive to the woman, but they are not to their children. There are some men who are abusive to the woman and their children. Then I will say no. But when you know that it's just as maybe, a problem that the man has, that he always uses it on you, but not the children. Like, you know for sure within your heart, like, this man loves these kids or your child, and he's really a good father to them. Then please try. Don't take them away from their father. Don't use that hate or, whatever pain you are feeling inside to block that father and daughter or father and son relationship. Please, I beg you ladies, I beg you women, I will come to, I think our next topic is gonna be that, being married and separated or divorced with kids. We're gonna get on that topic. All right, so don't say because of what the father did, or because of what the mother did, I don't want to, I don't want you to be part of the children's life. Just no, don't do that. As I always said, always think about the future and the joy and the happiness of your kids first before you handle any issue. Okay, try to put them first. Try to make them happy. Try to make sure that they have a safe environment. Okay, your children don't have to grow and know that, or find it normal that it's okay for a woman to be abused verbally or or physically or emotionally. No, that is the reason why I said try your best that all these things doesn't come in your marriage. Fix it, because when you don't do it and it gets in, not only if you are the man abusing the woman, not only are you hurting the woman, but you are hurting your own child as well. If care is not taken, your child is going to pick that example and it's going to destroy his or her life. All right? It's going to destroy his or her life. So please, abusive relationship, being abusive in your marriage, if you are like that, please, in the name of God, stop. Stop. It is not helpful, because sometimes you can verbally insult your partner, all right, and later in the evening you will take off your boxer and then you want to, you know what I mean, you want to enjoy the pekus. Do you understand me? After abusing her and all that, calling her all sorts of names. I mean, who are you fooling? Who are you fooling? Don't you know the trauma you'll be putting that woman into? Don't you know that the pains you'll be putting that woman into? And the woman who loves her husband will still do it. Will still open her legs for you to come in. Whilst within her, she is crying, she's in pains. And you will just close your eyes as if you don't know what is going on. Put yourself in the woman's shoes. How will you feel? So as I always say, do not do things to people that you, when it's done to you, you're not going to be happy. Okay? So please, let's make sure we don't bring abuse in our marriage. We don't bring abuse, whether physically, whether verbal. If it's you are a man and you know maybe something happened, you're a woman. There are some women to their man. If she's like that, I beg you in the name of God, leave that woman. I'm not saying divorce her. Just give her time. Leave. If you have to go out to take a walk, just go out, take a walk, and come back. Cool yourself down. Come back. When you come back, let me give you a trick. When you come back, just ignore her. Don't talk to her. Just ignore her and just do your thing. She will come and if it's a good wife or a good woman, she will come. You know she will not be okay, because when she was talking and you did not say anything. You understand? So she will come back, honey, so you'll not talk to me, or you'll not do this, or do you understand me? Then everything, then you start to explain yourself, what you did is no good and blah blah blah. But don't raise your hands, no matter what. Never raise your hands on a woman. Don't forget, you came from a woman. If it is your sister, you will not be happy. Okay, this is to the men. If it is your sister that she's been abused physically, emotionally, or verbally, you will not be happy. Okay, so never raise your hands. Never verbally abuse your woman or your wife. Never. Don't do that. And women, let us always be submissive to our men. If they do something, as I also said, just be cool. Leave them. Don't talk to them. Let me tell you, me. If my husband does something to me that I don't like, I just ignore him. I don't talk to him. He'll be talking. It's as if he doesn't even exist at that moment. That is what I do. I will just be quiet. It's something I came to learn, and it is really helping me. It's really helping me. I will not talk. I will not talk to him. He will come, sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. Sweetie, for how long? I'll just ignore him until he will be forcing to try to talk to me. Then I was like, what is it? I'll be like, what is it? What do you want? Then when he talks, I'll be like, but what you did, it was not nice. I'm not okay. All right? I'm not okay. That's what I said. I'm not okay. What you did was not nice. Why would you do such thing? Then we just talk and we laugh about it. You say sorry. Learn to say sorry. It's a simple word, but it means a lot. Learn to accept your mistakes. Learn to say sorry. Learn to forgive. And learn to forget. That way, not only will you have a covenant marriage, but you will have an abuse-free marriage as well, or relationship as well. Okay, so guys, notice all the steps, all the things I said, all the points I gave, the definition of it, all the points I gave, what it can cause, what it can do, the solution for it. And try it. All right, try it and try to work it out. Okay, try to work it out. Don't let us be greedy. Don't let us be selfish enough to forget our children. Men and women, married ones, don't let us, even if you're in a normal boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, do not, and you have children, do not forget about the future of your children. Whatever action you try to take, remember them first and make the correct action. Choose the correct decision, all right, in the right path for their sake. Okay, even if it's so horrible that you guys cannot be together, but for them, be at peace. Even in your separate ways, be at peace for them. for them. Right, because they always need their father and their mother, so they will grown up knowing that, don't let them even know that there is a fight between the two of you. Let them know that no matter, even daddy and mommy is not together, but they love each other. Bring that into preparation. Let them know that. Okay, let them always have peace around them and joy around them. Don't bring those kind of fights, and it does not help them. It does not help them. So let them have those things around them, just for their sake. And when you're gone, you can do whatever you want to do. But when you are around them, let that peace reign, so they can grow up being happy kids, knowing that peace is blessing, happiness is blessing, marriage is blessing, all those things. Okay? So guys, thank you for joining me today. Once again, thank you so much. God bless you. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, share, like, and subscribe if you've not subscribed yet. Subscribe on my channel, share to your friends and loved ones, and I'll see you guys another day. God bless you all. Bye bye.